Hey everybody, this is Dr. Daniel Davila, chiropractor with DuPage Pain Management in Willowbrook, Illinois, as well as the co-host of the Doctor's Davila podcast, which is now available on iTunes and Google Play. So in today's video, I want to show you a very simple exercise that you can use if you're dealing with chronic low back pain to help you alleviate that pain, build core stability, and hopefully prevent the problem from coming back on you in the future. Now this is an exercise that's applicable to just about everybody, but it's especially important for people who are chronically sitting throughout the day, such as office workers. But it also applies to people who do chronic endurance exercises, things like running. In fact, there's actually been some scientific research that shows that runners who don't know how to do this movement correctly are more likely to develop chronic low back pain. So we're going to do focused breathing. Now, it might sound very simple, but the majority of people are just not breathing effectively, not breathing efficiently to stabilize their core and prevent themselves from developing chronic back and neck issues. So we got to cover that today to show you how to breathe appropriately. Now, how important is this? I actually heard that there's a doctor out in California that teaches a 1-hour session just on this exercise and charges $250 per hour. I'm giving it to you here for free because it's just that important. And it's actually one of the first exercises I go over with my chronic back pain patients. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to start out by going ahead and lying down flat on my back. My knees are bent. My shoulders are down and back. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out by finding what's called a neutral pelvic position. So what that means is I'm going to start by tilting my pelvis up toward the ceiling. Then I'm going to flatten out my low back. Now the neutral pelvic position would be some point in between there. We're going to say it's right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my hands on top of my abdomen. In the focused breathing aspect, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on taking deep breaths in through our nose to fill as much of the space of our abdomen as possible. So what I mean by that is I'm trying to fill the space between my diaphragm and my pelvic floor with air as much as possible. Here's what it looks like. Okay, that's it. Pretty simple. As I said, when I'm lying flat on my back, I go ahead and I lie flat on my back. I find that neutral pelvic position, and I focus on taking a deep breath in through my nostrils to fill as much of that space between my diaphragm and my pelvic floor as possible. I want to effectively see your belly move up and down without any movement in the shoulders. A lot of people who are ineffective breathers are chest breathers. They get a lot of movement through their chest and their shoulders, creates chronic tension around the neck, and it's just not efficient. You're going to get tired out, you're going to get stressed out, and we want to avoid that as much as possible. So try out this exercise. What I typically recommend to my patients is start out doing anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes at a time, depending on what you've got available in your schedule, and just get used to and get comfortable with that breathing as deeply as possible. What we're trying to do is we're trying to rewire your neurology to make it so that this becomes secondhand nature. You start to do it subconsciously, and then it can translate over into other activities, picking up your kids, working out the gym. If you're a martial artist like I am, doing jiu-jitsu, it just becomes second nature, makes everything so much more efficient, effective, and as stress-free as possible. Strengthens your core, your diaphragm is part of your core, to help give you greater stability through your spine as well. All right, I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you'd like to schedule an appointment to talk to me, get a consultation to see what we can do about your chronic aches and pains, call 630-887-9400. I look forward to working with you. Have a great day and be well.